Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
4 or 5 years, I've never heard.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we have lots to cover this evening. I'm going to start with public hearings.
Shall I, Mayor?
You just go right ahead.
So this evening, the first public hearing we have is a request to rezone property, and so the hearing is called to order at 7 o'clock p.m. this February 26th at the Board of Aldermen meeting room at Hermann City Hall. It is conducted to consider a request to rezone property owned by Historic Preservation of Hermann LLC, consisting of lots 57 and 59 of East 2nd Street, and part of a vacated alley in the original town of Hermann, platted as part of the original town of Hermann at 111 Franklin Street. The parcels are requested to be rezoned to C1 commercial, or general commercial, from R1 single-family commercial. Sorry, for single-family residential. The city's Planning and Zoning Commission has recommended that the application be granted. Proper notice of this hearing has been provided, and after the hearing is concluded, the board shall provide its decision within 15 days. If the applicants are here, they can present their case. If they have documents they wish the board to rely on, those can be submitted as exhibits. If they have witnesses whom they desire to speak, this will be allowed. And if they have an attorney whom they wish to speak on their behalf, this also will be allowed. And following the presentation or while any person is speaking, the board may ask questions. After the applicant has submitted their application, the board may ask for testimony from others present in the room. The mayor reserves the right to limit each speaker's time. At the conclusion of all testimony and comments, the board may deliberate and then vote on the issue. Whether the application is approved or denied is carried by a vote of the majority of the board members who are present this evening. So we have exhibits. And Exhibit 1 is an application to change the zoning for these properties. Exhibit 2 is the meeting minutes from the February 15, 2024 Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. Exhibit 3 is a copy of a portion of the zoning map showing the property. Exhibit 5 is a copy of an aerial photo showing the property. Exhibit 6 is a list of property owners within 185 feet of 111 Franklin Street to whom actual written notice was sent. Exhibit 7 is the affidavit of publication confirming that the notice of hearing was published in the newspaper. Exhibit 8 is a copy of the notice that was published in the newspaper. And Exhibit 9 is the entire municipal code of ordinances of the city of Hermann, Missouri. Mayor Cox, do you agree to accept these exhibits into the record?
Yes, sir.
So if our applicant is here, they may go ahead and present whatever they have.
I'm Pam Schrader, and I'm representing Historic Preservation of Hermann. I guess, yes, we had purchased the land in October of 2018, and we were intending on making it a B&B at that time. Then the COVID hit, and we kind of stopped. So we're just asking to have it rezoned right now to the commercial, so we can actually submit it to another B&B. It'd be kind of like our cottages that we have right now that Jim and Mary do. You know how they take them down and then they build them all back up. And we do have off the road enough parking for them. Any questions on it?
Anybody have any questions? If not, we have a motion to approve.
Any comments from the
Oh, right.
public?
Always forget that, don't I?
It appears not, Mayor.
Maybe for the public, it would just make sense to, explain to them that Does it make sense to rezone C1 because it's on 3 sides already commercial? It's
Right.
not like we're just pulling out
Yeah, it
a
sits on
lot
the hill and
of.
overlooks.
Yes. So it seems reasonable.
Do we have a motion to approve?
I move to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Very good. Thank you, man.
So that will conclude that hearing. And then next, on the agenda, we have a hearing on a request from the Historic Preservation of Hermann for a conditional use permit. So we will go ahead and commence this hearing at 7:04 PM at the Board of Aldermen Chambers in Hermann City Hall. Conducting the hearing to consider the application submitted by Historic Preservation of Hermann LLC for a conditional use permit for an owner-unoccupied guest house at 501 Gellert Street, which is in the R3 multifamily residential zone. And the city's Planning and Zoning Commission passed a motion to approve or recommend that the board approve this permit. At least 15 days notice of time and place of this hearing was published in the newspaper. After the hearing is concluded, the Board of Aldermen shall provide its decision on the application within 15 days. According to our city code, the board may impose conditions on this permit to ensure the use is not detrimental to public health or safety. It will not injure the use and enjoyment of property in the immediate vicinity. There are adequate utilities and access roads, etc. For this proposed use. The use will not impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of surrounding properties. It will not cause traffic congestion. There are adequate means for vehicular ingress and egress. You may also impose conditions if you find them necessary for public services such as police and fire protection. That the use will not result in a substantial increase in ambient noise, that there will not be substantial added night lighting, and the general appearance of the neighborhood will not be adversely affected. The board may grant a conditional use permit for such a period of time as it finds to be in the public interest. This hearing is on the record and a transcript is being prepared. The board may ask for testimony from others present in the room interested in this matter. And then at the conclusion of all testimony and comments, the board may vote on the issue. Whether the application is approved or denied is carried by a vote of the majority of board members present this evening. And so the following exhibits have been offered by the city's Planning and Zoning Office. Exhibit 1 is the conditional use permit application, and Exhibit 2 is the checklist of conditions or features that P&Z went through. There are checks in each box indicating that, in their opinion, this application meets these requirements or does not hinder these items. Exhibit 3 is the meeting minutes from the Planning and Zoning Commission. Exhibit 4 is a copy of all the property owners within 185 feet of 111 Franklin Street provided actual notice of this hearing. Exhibit 5 is a copy of an aerial photo showing the property and neighboring lots. Exhibit 6 is a copy of a portion of the zoning map that pertains to this property. Exhibit 7 is a copy of the affidavit of publication provided by the newspaper. Exhibit 8 is a copy of the notice that was published in the newspaper. And Exhibit 9 is the entire Code of Ordinances of the City of Hermann, Missouri. Mayor Cox, do you agree to accept these exhibits into the record?
Yes, sir.
Step back up, please. Yeah.
Well, I would say, we had just purchased this land in May of '23, and we were actually going through the historic credits and trying to get it refurbished. But, so I guess first though, we have to have a permit to see if we can do that. And it'd be, there's adequate off the road parking on that one also.
Did you want to explain your request for the 18 months?
Oh, yes. Usually with the historic president, it takes, like right now, we have to go to the state of Missouri first, and then we have to go to the federal. So right now, usually it takes between 6 and 8 months to get the permits to all go through, the tax credits to go through. So it would take us a little longer than the 12 months, I think is the normal conditional use permit. So we'd like to see if we can have it to 18 months, or the planning and zoning recommended that we could go to 18 months.
Anybody have any questions? Any comments or questions from the audience? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll move to approve.
Motion's been made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion's made and second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed?
Abstain.
Okay. Carried. Thank you. Okay. That concludes the public hearings, correct? Mayor's report. I don't really have any big news, but I just want to remind everybody, you know, with all the construction going on Market Street, especially right now up by the firehouse, it's extremely narrow. Be on the outlook for these guys. They're busy working, and there's not much room there. That's going to continue all the way down, so it's going to be an ongoing project, but right now it's very narrow up there in that intersection. And the other thing, I just found this out, I wasn't aware of this, maybe everybody knows already, but starting this last Saturday here in Hermann, 573 area code, they've added another overlay, I guess, so now you're gonna have to dial the area codes if you make a local phone call. So if you just dial your 486 number and it doesn't work, that's why. Just thought, I didn't know it, so I just thought I'd spread it out there in case nobody else knew it. So anyway, city administrator.
Yeah, so things have gotten busy in the front office. It seems like we always laugh that in the spring, when it gets warm, things start really hustling and bustling, but since spring came a month early, we've been busy. So lots of activity going on, you know, all kinds of building questions and building permits and a whole menagerie of things. I did want to mention that in case anybody watching is wondering, we did just pass at our last meeting the moratorium on the guest houses. The application that was voted on tonight at the public hearing, and one that the board will be considering in 2 meetings from now, are applications that were submitted before the moratorium was formally passed. So those we go ahead and process as is, because they were the applications were received before it was final. So that's why. Last meeting I was telling you about our auditing situation. I found out that we were not alone in being cut from sickage. They are cutting many of their small clients, especially the ones from the auditor who's retiring. But I am kind of assured that, or reassured that I think we will get at least 2 or 3 bids. I have been reaching out to some people, and 3 firms have followed up with me and asked for additional information and said that they would probably be interested in submitting a proposal. So I would be happy if we have competing bids. That would be great. I haven't given you an update on the status of our grants in a while. So we have like 4 grants in motion. The park grant that we applied for literally a year and a half ago. And they kind of are like, well, yeah, you're probably gonna get it, but you can't really announce it, kind of a thing. Well, now we're finally at the stage where it's been far delayed on their end. But finally, she said it's going to the last stage, and they should be giving us our notice of award in 90 days. That again is for the new lighting down at the ball field. It's over $300,000, and it's a 50-50 project, and the park has dutifully saved their money, so we have our portion on that. The other one was the DNR drinking water grant for the water and lead copper testing and remediation. Melissa's doing a lot of the paperwork on that for us, and she just sent in a big round of paperwork today. And our request for qualifications for contractors should be advertised soon. The TAP grant for our sidewalks on East 4th Street. At our next meeting, we should be approving an engineering services contract, and that's just for the contractor. And then they're gonna work up all their specs and bids and everything, and then we'll have to actually get a contractor and then a date for construction. And so it's a drawn out process, but it's moving. And then the last one is the TEEP grant, which is the engineering study for our flood route. So our engineer from Archer and the engineer from a company called CBB is the one that we chose. They're more of a specialist in this area, and they're going to have a meeting of the minds pretty soon and discuss the details and get that project moving forward. So that's kind of a summary update on those. The only other thing I'll mention is just kind of by way of reminder, the chamber, we're participating in the chamber's all-day planning session for their strategic plan, not a comprehensive plan, but a smaller, more compact strategic plan that the chamber is doing. They're having a planning session on March 5th with about 30 various community leaders there, and there will be 5 city representatives that will be participating in that. And that'll be kind of a good warm-up precursor for our much larger plan. Comprehensive plan that will be forthcoming.
Very good,
Thank
thank you. Public Works report, please.
The Parks Department has been, some of you may have seen it, the new pool filtration system is being installed, and it is quite a contraption. If you guys haven't driven by there, it looks like we might be launching it to the moon. I'm not sure. It's pretty intense looking. But they've been working on that building still, and then obviously getting the concession stands cleaned up and getting things ready for spring sports. We had some campers this weekend with the good weather, so that was great to see. The street department has been doing a lot of tree trimming, pothole filling, and then obviously with the pop-up snow we had the other week, it was supposed to be a dusting, but ended up being whatever, 4 or 5 inches. They've stayed plenty busy the last few weeks as well. Water, sewer, and gas has been kind of the same ongoing processes with Sand Plant Road. I'd hate to bore you guys, so I'll go ahead and let you know we hit another snag up there. We went to set a structure on the 10th Street intersection up there with Stonehill Highway, and where we were supposed to set this structure, there wasn't supposed to be anything there because in 2005 they replaced the water line, put it on the other side of the road. The other one was supposed to be removed and capped. Nope, still there. So, then we created a whole nother mess we had to fix, and basically it just, the contractor didn't do the job in 2005 and nobody made him do it. So it's nice when you find those things. So we're still working on that process. We're getting ready to come down the hill with the sewer. We ended up having to change one manhole. We'll get that. I think it's already ordered, and they may even be ready to pick it up. But we're going to take it down to the middle of 10th Street, and that should be kind of the end of the sewer on that job. And I will be so happy when this is done. You guys will hear me scream the day that we put the last shovel in there. The electric department has been setting a few poles around town, changing some things around for a project on 8th Street, moving some poles around. And then we're adding a pole up at Sand Plant to allow for a 3-phase dip and a fiber dip for that project there. That was part of fiber paying us I think a $25,000 ballpark for that conduit up there. And then on the natural gas side, we had that bid, if you guys remember, we were gonna do the pipeline alongside the culvert by Luder Shore Cemetery, or Luder Island Cemetery. So when we went through this process, we had it kind of engineered to do a bore initially. That's what we would prefer, is a bore. get it completely underneath of that creek. We should never have to worry about it again. Regardless of what MoDOT would change there, unless they, widen the highway a bunch, which we'd have to do something anyway. But when we got the engineering numbers for that, the estimate was like 1.3 million, and obviously that was a non-starter. We could not do that. We were hoping it would be in the $500,000 range. We have that money sitting, for that project. So when the engineer estimate came in that high, we changed our gears and went the other route with this big concrete culvert and all this other stuff. So when we had the contractors come in, they were all like, why aren't we boring this? And we were like, well, we don't have the money to bore it. And they're like, well, how much do you think this is gonna cost? Our engineering estimates on that, the high side were about $200,000. They're like, no, we can't do this for $200,000. We can probably bore it cheaper. So we're all, you have our attention, please get us some estimates. So they did. We had one bid to do it the way that we had asked, and it came in around $360, if memory serves. The bid estimate that we received from USDI to do the bore in the existing 6-inch pipe was, I've got it, because I knew I'd forget the number. Let me see here. That number was for 6-inch, $350,000 to bore it with the existing 6-inch pipe. To go to 8-inch, it's $400,000. Now, when we bored the river crossing in 2005 or 6, they used an 8-inch pipe. In my mind, they did that for the idea of improving that later. If we're going to do this bore, I think we should do the same thing, do it in 8-inch pipe. But those numbers, the 350 and the 400, are both assuming a rock bore. We told them, figure this worst case scenario, it's solid rock, you gotta bore it, what's it gonna be? They said if it's not rock and we can get by with a dirt bore, you can probably knock in the neighborhood of 65,000 off. So we rejected the bid for what we had asked for, and we're going to have a design build bid put out in the next couple, hopefully in the next month or so. And we'll get a bid out for that and get this thing pushed under the ground and done, and barring somebody digging through it, we'll never see it again. So that's about all I got. So the street projects, obviously, we got the bids back on that. So I think we asked them if they could have things done completely by the end of the budget year, and they didn't think that should be any issue. So that would be great. We'll get those balls rolling, and they came in quite a bit under engineer estimates as well. So we're gonna get a little bit more bang out of our budget than we thought we were going to. So good news there.
Can you refresh us on the streets that are getting done?
Oh, man.
Sorry, put you on the spot.
So it'll be what we tore up on Sand Plant Road. It'll be the 500 block of West 9th. The entrance to Whitman Road was bid, but we're thinking with the extra money that we have, we're gonna have that extended as far as the finances will allow. Then we're gonna do Gathie from Washington to 100. And I feel like I'm forgetting one.
Do you have any love for
Schieffer, yeah, Schieffer's Branch, thank you. Schieffer's Branch from 6th all the way back to 12th. So, and they're gonna do some base work on that one in the soft spots. And they're gonna try a fiber of some kind in the asphalt mix. It's supposed to help stiffen it up since that's wet all the time. That's kind of our big issue there, is that's constantly moving.
I got a question for you. I had a citizen ask me about, and you're the man I think to talk to, at the little garden behind the old firehouse on Market, where the statue of Hermann is.
Yep.
And we have 3 flags up there, American, State of Missouri, and Hermann flag. The lights are primarily just aimed at the statute, so therefore the flags have no light shining on them. Could we readjust them or add another setup that would be a dedicated light just for the flags?
Yeah, I'm sure there's some way we can make that happen. Either readjust or I'm sure there's a place to add a junction there or something.
They asked
yeah.
about, was concerned.
I was thinking there was a light on the backside of that statue, but maybe I'm mistaken.
It looks
Oh,
like.
and it could be that there is one and it's out. That's possible too.
Okay, thank
But
you.
yeah, we'll check into it.
Any other questions? Thank you, sir. Any public comments? None? Old business? Anybody have any old business? Any new business? Slide right through, huh? Well, we will move on to ordinances.
All right, the first on the agenda this evening on for second reading, bill number 2024-11, an ordinance to revise Hermann Municipal Code, section 420.730 regarding revocation of conditional use permits.
This is second reading. Should be any discussion? Any questions? If not, do I have a motion?
Move 2024-11, second reading.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion's made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Next for first reading is bill number 2024-17, an ordinance creating an exception to the moratorium on conditional use permits for short-term rental properties in residential zones. And as has been discussed and mentioned, we passed the moratorium ordinance, and then I think it was this board's and planning and zoning's intent that if you have a property that has a permit for a short-term rental and a new owner acquires the property, if they buy it, banking on their ability to apply for their own conditional use permit or ownership changes hands, that subsequent owner could then apply for their own permit, that the moratorium wouldn't apply to them. So that's what this is for.
Right. Any other questions?
And they have 6 months to do it.
Correct.
Well, that's part of my question here. The way I kind of read this is, let's say I bought a guest house from Bruce, and we agreed upon it. Where I look at it, I got 6 months to operate that without a cup. Because I have 6 months to apply.
In other words, you have to apply within 6 months, otherwise you
But
don't
up
get
to
it.
Well,
6
If-
months in between.
if our planning and zoning director finds out that you're using it within those 6 months without your own cup, well, then you'll get a nasty letter that says that you shall stop immediately using it as a cup until you apply for your own conditional use permit. So that's not the intention, is that be allowed. It's, you know,
I just see that coming. Well, I got 6 months to apply and never had been, so I can do
I
that.
think
for
we make that clear when they come and make the application, we make that clear to them that that's not allowed.
yeah.
But once the property is sold, until the new owners get a cup, it can't be operated as a guest house.
Correct.
Right.
And it's, as has come up with respect to these types of things and zoning and permits and all that stuff, the city's got to put some responsibility on the buyer to figure this stuff out, you know, or their real estate agent or somebody, and not do the, oh, I didn't know, you know, excuse. But yeah, if the new owner uses it without the CUP if ever, then the city has a right to stop it.
Commonly, they do this with a contingency before and within the purchase, so they usually have it when they close.
Any other questions? Do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve Bill 2024-17, first read.
Motion, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Do we need to do that a second time, so since, or?
You can. We were just discussing that with Dave before the meeting, since we're actually extending more of a benefit to people. And if you wanted to just close any gap between effectiveness, it's up to you guys. If you want to go ahead and roll that through, I think it would be
Yeah,
fine.
let's go ahead and do it a second time. And
That's fine. Bill number 2024-17, an ordinance creating an exception to the moratorium on conditional use permits for short-term rental properties in residential zones.
second reading, do I have a motion to approve?
Move 2024-17, second read.
Motion is made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion is made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
Next is bill number 2024-18 for first reading, an ordinance to approve a municipal services and material contract by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri and Westport Pools for painting and other maintenance on the municipal pool.
Any discussion or questions on this one? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
I move to approve Bill 2024-18, first read.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried.
We could keep that project moving if you want to read it twice.
Kinda had a feeling you might say that. Would you read that twice, sir?
Bill number 2024-18 for second reading, an ordinance to approve a municipal services and material contract by and between the city of Hermann, Missouri and Westport Pools for painting and other maintenance on the municipal pool.
I have a motion to approve, or I need a motion to approve. Second reading, please.
I move to approve Bill 2024-18, second read.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We will move on to motions. I need a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting.
I move to approve the February 12th, 2024 minutes.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Invoices for payment. Do I have a motion to pay the bills?
I'll make a motion to pay the bills, as Ash would say.
Ash is gone. So, I have a motion to pay the bills. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Hire Benjamin Berkemeyer as pool manager and Carter Levy as assistant manager. Have a motion to approve those people.
Move to approve.
Motion is made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Next, we have item D, approve a purchase order for the 2025 Ford Police Interceptor from Hermann Ford for $50,153. And that will go until the 24-25 fiscal year expense, so.
I have 49,000.
Yeah, that's what I got.
I just read.
So,
Right, it says 49,000 here, but this says 50.
yeah, this had, I'm sorry, that amount is actually, got pulled off of the financing amount, so, it's actually 49,608, sorry about that.
I stand corrected. I apologize.
Moving the right way.
Yeah, a little bit cheaper, that's good.
Can we do
But-
it again? To get it down there?
Yeah, do it again. Do I have a motion to approve 49,608?
I'll make a motion to approve bid for 49,608 for the police interceptor.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Next, we have the item E, approve a low bid for Mo Seal LLC for $307,835.50 for street improvement projects. Do I have a motion to approve the street projects?
Motion to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Approve the low bid from ARB Signs for t-shirts and more for Little League shirts and welding photos for pictures. Have a motion to approve those.
I move to approve both bids.
Motion has been made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made, second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Caterers permit Fernway Distillery, their 7-year celebration at the amphitheater, August 24th, 2024. I have a motion to approve that.
Move to approve.
Motion is made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion is made and second, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Gators permit for Lionheart Whiskey at the Wiener Dog Derby, Lower City Park Ball Field area, March 24th, 2024. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I move to approve.
Motion's made, do I have a second?
Second.
Motion's made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. The outdoor seating permit renewal for the worst house at 234 East First Street. Do I have a motion to approve the outdoor seating?
I'll make a motion to approve outdoor seating for Dwarf's House.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for Fernway Distilling, Fernway 7-year celebration. Didn't we do that already? Oh,
That was a
special
later-
event.
yes.
Excuse me,
Sorry.
okay. August 24th, 2024. The other one was a caterer's permit, okay. Do I have a motion to approve that?
Assuming we're not furnishing the security officer.
No, we don't usually provide
Yeah.
security for those events, no.
Okay.
And that's the same as far as I think they had a request for portable restrooms. That's upon them to pay. Correct.
That is, yes, that's correct.
May find, contact the person we have in place, but it's up to them to pay for it. I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for Go St. Louis KT 82 Relay Amphitheater, June 1, 2024.
Move to approve.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? So carried. Special event application, Hermann Area Chamber of Commerce, Wiener Dog Derby, Lower City Park and Baseball Field with concessions. With concessions open, Upper City Park Pavilion for rain location with requested open containers March 24th, 2024.
Make motion to approve.
Motion has been made. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and second. All in favor?
Okay.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for Jenna Thompson, Jenna Schaefer, Hermann Harvest Festival Amphitheater with requested closure of 5th Street from Schiller to Gutenberg and the gravel lot on Gutenberg for parking, September 28, 2024.
I move to approve.
Motion has been made to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application for Stream Team United Paddle Missouri 2024. The City Park and Riverfront Park for camping and boat ramp, September 12th and 13th, 2024. Have a motion to approve that.
Move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. Special event application, Friends of My Fest. My Fest with vendors and music, Schiller Street from 1st to 4th Streets and the 200 block of East 3rd Street with requested street closures and open containers, May 18th to 2024. Their setup will be on May 17th.
And they're actually asking for the streets to be closed at 4 p.m. on May 17th, which is pretty standard for setup for that weekend.
Right. Any other questions? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Motion's made. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried. We have no reports. We need to go into closed session. Somebody want to read that?
I move that we go into closed session for the purpose of dealing with matters relating to hiring, firing, disciplining, or promoting employees pursuant to section 610.021 and discussion related to negotiations for a contract pursuant to section 610.021 revised statutes of Missouri.
We have a motion to go into
I
closed.
don't think we got a second.
Do I? Oh, it's I then.
Yeah.
We need a second.
Huh?
We need a second?
Oh,
Right,
second.
second.
I'll second that.
Thank you. Keep me straight. Now.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, we are now going into closed session. Thank you everyone for watching and being here this evening. It's been a long time since I come out. Yeah.
I invited, I'll wait for you to turn it off.